Association of Healthcare Providers India. Ladies and gentlemen, it is worthwhile to refer to the address by our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, at the Independence Day celebrations, wherein he has emphasized on the need of the citizens of our country to be healthy. And in this direction, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to all of you to the virtual release of the book, Lifestyle as Medicine, The Science of Healthy Living. I am sure that this book, in the long run, would help in the realization of the dream of our beloved Prime Minister of ensuring the health of the citizens of our country. And before I hand over to our Masters of Ceremonies, Dr. Catherine and Dr. Adarsh of CMC Velo, who will be taking us through this book release function. It is worthwhile to recall a quote by Herophilus, quote, "When health is absent, wisdom cannot reveal itself, art cannot manifest, strength cannot fight, wealth becomes useless, and intelligence cannot be applied." Unquote. Over to Dr. Catherine.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's our pleasure to be here this afternoon to attend the virtual release of the book, Lifestyle as Medicine, The Science of Healthy Living. I would now like to invite the gathering to witness the lamp lighting ceremony, which is about to begin. Thank you. We have with us Dr. Samuel Hansdak, one of the editors of the book. We kindly request you, sir, to come forward to welcome the gathering.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, colleagues, and my dear friends, it is my honor and pleasure to welcome you all to this momentous occasion, the virtual launch of a much anticipated book, Lifestyle Medicine. Though we are not in the same physical space, technology allows us to connect across distances and celebrate this significant milestone together. First and foremost, I want to thank God Almighty for guiding us through this incredible journey. It has been a privilege to work alongside our dedicated and cherished team of authors and co-editors, navigating through our agreements and disagreements, each of which have played a vital role in shaping the final outcome. In recent years, we have seen the world grappling with rising rates of lifestyle-related chronic diseases. As healthcare practitioners, educators, and advocates, we understand that our conventional medical approaches are incredibly effective in acute settings, but often fall short when it comes to addressing the root causes of these lifestyle-related conditions. It is within this gap that lifestyle medicine offers a much-needed solution. What is lifestyle medicine? At its core, lifestyle medicine is not simply a set of recommendations, but a transformative approach to healthcare. It is based on the premise that how we sleep, how we manage stress, and how we connect with one another can profoundly influence our health outcomes. Through prevention and, in many cases, reversal of diseases, lifestyle medicine emphasizes a holistic view of health that seeks to empower individuals to take control of their well being. This book represents the culmination of years of research, practice, and collaboration among dedicated professionals across the spectrum of healthcare. It synthesizes the latest evidence and presents practical strategies that are accessible not just to healthcare providers but to everyone, patients, caregivers, and individuals seeking to lead a healthier, more fulfilling lives. In closing, I want to express my deepest gratitude to all who contributed to the creation of this book. I also want to thank all of you who are here today, whether you are joining as health professionals, a patient advocate, or someone curious about this emerging field. Together, we can create a future where lifestyle medicine is not just a niche, but an essential part of mainstream healthcare. We can empower individuals to live healthier, more sustainable lives, and ultimately build a healthier society. I welcome you all to this exciting journey. Let us embark on this new chapter in health and medicine with open minds and a commitment to change. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Girdhar Gyani, the Director General of AHPI, to address us.
Yeah, good afternoon. I am actually in the Guwahati, and this actually, if you want to say, this book is one part, but I will always say that it's a privilege to have a person like Dr. Alexander Thomas, who has made the practice of bringing out books so easy. But I also know that how much labor and work is required. I have been part of one or two books, it is so difficult journey, but he has made it. The important point for me here is that today we are talking that 21-year-old people are dying of the cardiac arrest. And every time we keep saying that lifestyle has to be brought into the focus. Promotive and preventive health has to be brought into the focus. But I don't see any one publication of this kind which brings everything on one page. Be it clinician, any healthcare professional, but for me, the important point is that this book is going to serve the community at large. And most authentic publication, because the way people have been brought together by Dr. Alex and the team of CMC, I think the credibility is going to be very, very high. And I am seeing that this publication will run in millions. So thanks to the complete team of editors, co-editors and authors. And thank you very much. All the best.
It's an online book. Signed it off, so it's supposed to be there. So are you here for how long?
Just today and the night.
Excuse me, sorry about that, Dr. Gyani. One of the panelists, could you please mute? Request everyone to mute, please. Go ahead, Gyani. Yeah, Dr. Catherine, Dr. Adarsh, Dr. Gyanis is done. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, sir. I'm sorry about the interruption. We have now with us Dr. Vikram Matthew, the Director of Christian Medical College, Vellore. I kindly request you, sir, to address us.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you can hear me and see me clearly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we can.
Thank you. Okay. So, good afternoon, everybody. It's truly an honor here to be here today at the launch of Lifestyle as a Medicine, the Science of Healthy Living. As medical professionals, we are often at the front lines of treating disease. However, it's crucial to remember that health is not just the absence of illness, but the presence of well-being and a holistic state of balance. While we teach our healthcare givers currently and probably the near future about how to take care of disease, we don't really adequately teach them about how to maintain wellness. This, I think, is a lacune in our healthcare system that somehow we need to address, and this is probably the first of many steps in that direction. It has been said, "Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food," a saying that is often attributed to Hippocrates, though not actually found in the Corpus Hippocraticum, a material in which most of his wisdom has been written down. Either way, this simple but profound saying has significant meaning, and science even today has kind of validated that in many ways. Our lifestyle choices, from what we eat, how we move, and how much we move, and to how we manage stress, are powerful tools capable of prevention and healing. In today's world, with rising rates of chronic diseases such as diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and even cancers, it is clear that medical intervention alone is not enough, or at times too late. And many of these are actually truly preventable. As Dr. Dean Ornish is the Dean at an American physician and a researcher. He's the president and founder of a nonprofit called Preventive Medicine Research Institute in California, and a clinical professor of medicine at the University of California. An authority on this field has emphasized the most powerful medicine is the way you live your life. This book brings us evidence-based insights and practical tools to help our patients, and much more important, us caregivers and healthcare providers, to embrace healthier living. It reminds us that the foundation of medicine isn't always in a prescription pad, but often in the choices we make every day and the choices that we at times fail to advise our patients to adhere to while focusing on their immediate illness. As we launch this book, let us not only celebrate its wisdom, but also commit to incorporating these principles into our medical practice and also our own lifestyles to move from treating illness to truly promoting our wellness. A big congratulations to all the contributors, as has already been stated, I'm sure has put in a lot of work, and to the editors, Dr. Alexander Thomas, Dr. Samuel Hansdak, Dr. Divya Alexander, Dr. Herbert Giebel, and also the editorial advisory board of Dr. Sunil Ketarpal, Dr. Gloria Alexander, and Mrs. Shaina Parekh. And I'm sure all the additional contributors have contributed all the chapters in this book. Congratulations once again, and best wishes as you go forward in incorporating this into our own lives and into the lives of our patients.
Thank you for the address, sir, and for the lovely quote. I now call Dr. Alex Thomas, an editor of the book, to give us his address on the evolution of the book.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear colleagues and honored guests, it's really a pleasure to be here today to share the journey. This is our 8th book, and this project underscores our commitment to bridging critical gaps. I mean, we always research on what we should come out with, and then we try and bridge these critical gaps in healthcare delivery. Traditionally, especially over the last few years, we have introduced each new book at the National Health Conclave, and this year is no exception. We are having our National Health Conclave on lifestyle medicine at CMC Vellore on October 15 and 16. Our journey, this journey of writing books, began with our first book on healthcare communication more than a decade ago. Now, we are just getting ready to have the 4th edition of this book come out. This little book made history by becoming an integral part of the medical and allied health curriculum, thanks to the momentum created by this communication movement that it inspired. After the book came out, we got calls from all over the country asking us for workshops, etc., and it became a movement and it finally got incorporated into the curriculum. Following that success, our recent book on climate change also. Climate change is now the buzzword. This has made a significant impact, and this provides hospitals a comprehensive guide to implement sustainable practices in hospitals. In fact, couple of people whom I know said this is the Bible of what they need to do in hospitals. Our last book was on focusing on older adults, and this has resulted in actionable recommendations to the government, many of which are currently being implemented. I think of notice is that this effort has facilitated the recent government announcement to include all seniors under the PMJ scheme for healthcare. And this, in fact, is a very major development and very useful for the senior citizens. Our current project is centered on lifestyle medicine. Actually, this journey began, the concept started in December 2022. Yeah, it's almost 2 years. And this emphasizes the vital role of prevention, advocating for a shift in focus from curative medicine to lifestyle interventions. We believe that by raising awareness and integrating lifestyle medicine into our healthcare framework, we can reduce the reliance on curative treatments and foster a healthier and a more productive India. As with all our previous endeavors, this book is truly a labor of love made possible by the pro bono. I must emphasize it. Everybody who contributed did their work absolutely free in spite of their hectic schedules. And it was numerous contributors, the editors, the co-editors, the reviewers, the people supporting. It was a wonderful labor of love. Though there will be a formal vote of thanks later, but I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to my co-editors and the editorial advisory board. This group has been fantastic. This progress has been challenging and rewarding, and I'm sure all my 7 colleagues will remember the countless hours of brainstorming, discussions, revisions, re-revisions, re-revisions. So thank you, Sam. Thank you, Divya, Herb, Glory, Shaina, and Sunil. Your contributions have been over the last 18 months. We probably had meetings every week. So thank you to all of you. Your contributions have been absolutely invaluable in bringing out this book. A special mention to Divya. She has been crucial in ensuring the successful completion of this project. As has been in all our previous collaborations, without her, I don't think these books would have come out. I don't think this book would have come out in time. Of course, our publishers and so many other contributors will have a formal vote of thanks later. As we have done in the past, the insight of from this book, along with our upcoming conclave on lifestyle medicine, will be compiled into actionable recommendations to the Government of India and other key stakeholders. This is what we do. We have conclaves, we write books, and then we try and action this by dialoguing with the policymakers. In fact, we have a committee which is going to come up with recommendations to the Government of India and other stakeholders. We hope that this collective effort will not only raise awareness, but also inspire meaningful changes in healthcare policies and practice. In closing, on behalf of all my colleagues who are contributors for this book, it is our sincere wish that this book and our ongoing discussions on lifestyle medicine will add substantial value to the community. Together, let us strive towards a healthier future for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Alex Thomas. I now invite Ms. Divya Alexander, an editor of the book, to give us her address.
Respected guests of honor, esteemed contributors and reviewers, my fellow editors, dear friends and well-wishers, good evening and thank you all for joining us today. It is with immense pleasure and a deep sense of accomplishment that we gather to launch our new book, Lifestyle as Medicine, the Science of Healthy Living. What is your typical morning like? The alarm blaring, pulling you out from a restless sleep, a stream of notifications lighting up your phone, rushing to get dressed, skipping breakfast, drowning in a sea of emails, your mind racing, anxiety creeping in as you struggle to find purpose in the day ahead. The hurried interactions with your family feel strained, each moment consumed by the urgency of your to-do list. By the time you rush out the door, you've neglected not only your health, but also the relationships that ground you, setting the stage for a day filled with stress and fatigue. Now envision a different morning. You wake gently to the soft glow of dawn, breathing deeply and reflecting on your intentions for the day. Stepping outside for a refreshing walk, the world awakening with you, the vibrant colors of nature filling you with energy and purpose. Laughing with loved ones over a nourishing breakfast, you feel centered and resilient, ready to tackle challenges with a positive mindset. In an era where the pressures of modern life can often feel overwhelming, the pursuit of true wellness has never been more crucial. This book, Lifestyle is Medicine, offers a comprehensive and holistic approach to health and reveals how every choice we make, from what we eat to how we manage stress, shapes our overall well-being. It demystifies the field of lifestyle medicine, providing a path to better health with evidence-based insights and actionable strategies. The journey of this book began with a series of insightful focus group discussions to understand the needs and preferences of our Indian audience. We gathered their input to create a list of topics that would resonate most with readers. Following this, we crafted the contents of the book, and this was validated by a panel of esteemed experts on lifestyle medicine. Each chapter was then entrusted to a leading authority in their field. Finally, their contributions were rigorously reviewed by another expert panel, resulting in a book that provides evidence-based knowledge, inspiration, and practical tools to use. It has been an incredible experience collaborating with each and everyone, and I am grateful for the opportunity to work alongside them. The chapters all start with case studies and end with key takeaways, making the science of healthy living both relatable and actionable. There is also a dedicated section in each chapter called Myths Debunked, where we tackle prevalent misconceptions and clear the confusion with reliable, scientifically supported information. There are 12 chapters in the book, each focused on one aspect of lifestyle medicine. Discover the science behind nutrition, the transformative power of exercise, the essential role of quality sleep, the profound benefits of finding meaning in life, how to nurture mental resilience, how to build enriching relationships, explore the impact of lifestyle on chronic diseases, strategies to break free from harmful habits, and how to balance personal health with environmental sustainability. As we say in the book, if lifestyle is a medicine, it only works when the medicine is being taken. Together, let us make a commitment to our health and well-being and empower ourselves with the knowledge to live our best lives. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And now could we put our hands together for the release of the book, Lifestyle as Medicine, the Science of Health.
Dignitaries for having, while thanking the dignitaries for having released the book, it's my pleasure to invite Dr. Pratima Murthy, Director of NIMHANS, and also the guest of honor to address the gathering as she has an important meeting to attend at 3:30. Yeah.
Thank you very much. First of all, hearty congratulations on the release of the book. It's always an exciting moment when a work of love is actually, made available to people. Divya, I was so heartened to hear what you said. I just feel I need every element of the book right now because I've got three, overlapping meetings unexpectedly scheduled. But I think for all of us, I think understanding the relationship of lifestyle and disease is very, very critical. And we know that's particularly important in the wake of the epidemic of non-communicable diseases. I, for one, wanted to start by saying, one important thing is really to keep mental and physical health together because each one certainly influences the other in terms of, complications from disease, recovery from disease. And we know now that multimorbidity is possibly the new problem that we all have to face. And if we indeed, right from maintaining positive health to dealing with disease, I think lifestyle plays a very, very critical role. All of us need to look at basic elements of sleep, diet, exercise, but most importantly, something that you mentioned is the ability to stay calm and resilient in the wake of the numerous stresses, both expected and unexpected, that we face. So I'm sure this is going to be the start of a very, very important conversation on how our lives have really gone into a fast forward mode, how perhaps we need to slow down, how perhaps we need to develop a sense of optimism, in the bleakest of times. And I think COVID was a very good example of how important that was. I'm really reminded of the last leaf where this person, I don't know how many of you have read that story, but this is about the last leaf that was there while this very ill person looked out of the window and she thought she was going to die when that last leaf fell. And indeed, every day she would look out for this last leaf to fall, assuming that would be the end of her life, but it never did. And then it transpires that a painter who lived in the same apartment realized that, she was going through this both optimism and pessimism. And therefore, he painted a leaf outside of her window. So every morning she saw it. And that kind of got her to overcome the condition that she was on and get better. So I think these kind of stories of how we can indeed be supportive of each other, be positive, learn to handle various kinds of stresses, and most importantly, develop healthy lifestyles for a good physical and mental health is going to be very critical. And congratulations to the entire team, particularly the editorial team led by Dr. Alex, for bringing this together, but to all the authors for really highlighting such important aspects. And I'm sure there's going to be an opportunity for discussion of each one of the topics that has been highlighted. And I really look forward not just to the book being available, but really these discussions, which hopefully will mean a healthier and more meaningful life for all of us. Thank you very much.
That was a lovely anecdote. Thank you very much, ma'am. I now call upon the members of the Editorial Advisory Board. I invite Dr. Sunil Khetarpal to give us his address.
Good evening to all. I am honored to be here for the launch of the book Lifestyle as Medicine, The Science of Healthy Living. Being part of the Editorial Advisory Board has been a true privilege, and I'm grateful to the editors for the chance to help with this important project over the past year. We started by carefully choosing the book's title and then spent several months reviewing the abstracts and chapters. We worked hard to make sure every chapter was high quality and accurate. We used detailed checklists to keep our review thorough and on point. There were many meetings and brainstorming sessions, and it was a lot of fun tackling the challenges and meeting the deadlines. In fact, going through this process was more than just a task. It gave me a deeper understanding of healthy living and its key principles. My feedback on various aspects of the book was valued. We made sure each chapter included the latest research and practical advice on lifestyle medicine. I can only imagine the hard work and dedication the editors and authors, led by Dr. Alexander Thomas, put into this book. Their efforts are clear in the final draft of the book, which will be a valuable resource for anyone looking to improve their health through lifestyle changes. AHPI and Department of Lifestyle Medicine at CMC Vellore closely work together to bring out this publication. I'm grateful to have been part of this project on behalf of AHPI. Reviewing lifestyle as medicine has been a significant learning experience for me, and I'm sure the readers of the book will benefit from this exceptional work. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I invite Dr. Glory Alexander, a member of the Editorial Advisory Board, to give us her address.
Good evening. A warm welcome and thank you to the guests of honor and to the audience that is participating in the virtual release of this book. Life is a learning experience. Every day, one learns something new. Being a member of the Editorial Advice Board for the last several months for this book on lifestyle medicine was a huge learning experience. WHO defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Wellness, on the other hand, is a holistic approach to health that involves a person's physical, mental, emotional, intellectual, spiritual, interpersonal, social, and environmental well-being. It is an active process of making choices and practicing healthy choices and making those choices into healthy habits to achieve a more successful and fulfilling life. That is what lifestyle medicine is all about. But lifestyle medicine is also an evidence-based medical practice that empowers healthcare professionals to help people make changes in everyday behaviors in order to prevent and treat disease. It focuses not just on surviving, but on thriving. It was wonderful to be a part of this process and to work alongside healthcare professionals who have expertise in this field. As a HIV specialist, I have already incorporated lifestyle medicine into my daily practice. In this time and age, when non-communicable diseases are the leading cause of death the world over, this book on lifestyle medicine could not have come at a more opportune time. Lifestyle medicine is a game changer, and I'm grateful to be part of a group that is planting the seeds of change, no pun intended. Thank you once again to my colleagues on the Editorial Advisory Board for the times that we have spent together, sharing our thoughts, our insights, and our experiences. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Glory Alexander. I now invite Ms. Shaina Parekh, a member of the Editorial Advisory Board, to give us her address.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shaina Parekh. I am the Medical School Development Officer at the Indian Institute of Science, and I'm very honored and proud to be a member of the Editorial Advisory Board for this book. I am a lawyer. I spent nearly 15 years practicing law and building companies. So it's obviously very natural that I should find myself here with all of you today talking about lifestyle medicine. How did this happen? Like a lawyer, I'm going to talk a little bit about myself and my story because I think it shows how much power each of you clinicians and healthcare professionals have to change the life of each and every patient and person that you come across. Lifestyle medicine is life-changing. We all know that. Each one of us here on this call, this is why through our work and through this book, we have become ambassadors of lifestyle medicine. Lifestyle medicine changed my life and those around me. I first heard the words lifestyle medicine 6 years ago when I walked into my neighborhood yoga shala and I attended a talk. At that time, my husband and I had various things going on: high cholesterol, elevated HbA1c levels, body ache, back pain. A doctor gave a simple presentation on lifestyle medicine, no fancy decks, no PowerPoint presentation. She simply talked about study after study with a focus on plant-based nutrition. And I will never forget her parting words to us. Don't take my word for it, do the work. By this, she meant to read, to study, to self-experiment, and to implement changes. So that's what I did. That night, when I got home from the talk, I went into the kitchen and I changed the entire kitchen literally that night. I took out all of the animal products, all of the oils, all of the processed foods. Within 2 months, all of our biomarkers came back into normal range. And I became convinced through this self-experimentation, I became absolutely convinced by the science that backs lifestyle medicine. And I became obsessed with sharing this information with anyone that I came across. I did the work. I began to study, began to read paper after paper, book after book. And soon after this, I left the company that I had founded to go into this space full time. I joined the American College of Lifestyle Medicine, and I joined IASC and I began research. I joined a team at IASC and began research. So a lot has happened in these last 6 years since I heard this phrase, lifestyle medicine, uttered by this one doctor in a small neighborhood yoga studio. But the thing, out of everything that has happened in the last 6 years, the thing that brings me the most joy is being an ambassador for lifestyle medicine, being able to share these little nuggets of lifestyle medicine wisdom with anyone and everyone that I come across. I love that no matter who you are, how old you are, how much money is in your bank account, how many degrees you have acquired, I love that the wisdom of lifestyle medicine applies to all of us equally. And it reminds us that we have power over our own health. I'll end with this small story. A few weeks ago, I was in Ahmedabad, staying near the Sabarmati ashram. And each night I would eat my dinner early and I would avoid taking the curd or the ghee sweet. And one of the women from the nearby village who had prepared the meals every day, she noticed this. And of course, it's a big crime to not eat food that has been so lovingly prepared. And so we got to talking about the reasons behind all of this, why I try to eat before sunset, why I try to avoid dairy, why I try to avoid having tea and snacks throughout the day. And the next day when I saw her, she was absolutely bursting. She could not wait to tell me that she had experimented and tried some of these same things. She ate her dinner 2 hours earlier. She avoided her tea and biscuits in the morning and just moved straight to a wholesome breakfast. And she had so much energy. And this is the power of lifestyle medicine, small changes leading to huge changes. And so it's with immense gratitude that I thank Dr. Alex and this entire nationwide team that has come together as ambassadors to do the work to spread the wisdom and the love that is lifestyle medicine.
Thank you for sharing your personal story. I would now like to acknowledge the editors, the editorial advisory board, the authors, the reviewers, and the publishers.
It is both heartening and inspiring to see that so many wonderful and eminent people have contributed to this book. We thank you. We would now like to move on to the addresses by our guests of honor. We have with us Dr. Devi Shetty, the chairman and founder of Narayana Health. We invite you, sir, to address us. Sir, we are unable to hear you, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm extremely grateful to everyone for giving me this opportunity to be part of this mission. I call this as a mission because first time a major emphasis is put on lifestyle as one of the main reasons for most of the sickness we come across today in our day-to-day practice. Unfortunately, there isn't that great awareness among the people about the power of lifestyle modification in treating diseases. Everyone wants to depend on medicines and surgical interventions because lifestyle modification is tough. It requires a lot of determination and the results are slow. But in the end, that is the best way to get yourself relief from all these illnesses. And the second important part is the prevention of or an early detection of any disease if you have some. The message we would like to convey to the society is that how fit you feel has nothing to do with how fit you are. Large number of people who are fitness freaks, who are exercising and jumping up and down on the treadmill, if they haven't undergone a basic medical checkup, lot of the diseases at an early stage can be missed. Once again, I am extremely grateful to everyone who has contributed the book for a wonderful experience of reading the book because it was written extremely well. And I want to congratulate all of them and I wish everyone good luck. Thank you very much for your effort in trying to make this world a better place to live. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite our guest of honor, Dr. Randeep Guleria, the former director of the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. Please address us, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon and my good wishes to everyone. At the onset, let me take this opportunity to really congratulate the entire editorial board and the entire authors for such an excellent book, which I think is very, very timely. If you look at what is needed today, I think there can be no doubt that today we need a book which addresses lifestyle issues. And society by large has changed so dramatically in one generation that we really need to work aggressively on trying to see how we can work more on preventive and preventive health rather than looking more and more on curative health. The burden of disease in our country has shifted more and more to non-communicable diseases. And all of these diseases are linked to our lifestyles, whether it be healthy eating habits, exercise, our diet, or even sleep for that matter. If you look at data, there's enough data which suggests that over the last 20 to 30 years, humans are sleeping less and less. And that is affecting not only their health, it's leading to increased burden of cardiovascular disease, increased burden of diabetes, and also there is an increased burden of stress and mental health. So sleep disorder is becoming much more of a problem. And this book also tends to address that. But I think this book is a ready reckoner for everyone, every citizen, and especially the younger generation needs to look at, see how they can use this book to become healthy, to live a better life and have a better quality of life, which really encompasses health as something which is a fundamental thing that they should focus on rather than looking at a lot of other things. We've moved a lot towards materialistic gains and have forgotten a lot of fundamental aspects of life, which are very, very important for healthy living. So my congratulations to the entire team, especially the editorial board and the other members, and my best wishes. I'm sure this book will be a great success. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your message, sir. I would now like to invite Mr. Gauri Shankar Natesan, CEO of South Shore Innovations Private Limited, our publisher, to address us.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. It's an honor to be present here at the virtual launch of the book, Lifestyle as Medicine. Speakers before me have spoken about the book, and I would not want to repeat the same except to say that in today's day and age, and with the pressures we face, this book is a need of the hour and should be read by one and all. The impact of stress on our daily lives is something many of us have experienced over years, having seen firsthand the impact of long working hours, lack or absence of work-life balance, and untimely eating habits. It has become difficult to change this fast-paced culture in our lives, and hence this book, Lifestyle as Medicine, becomes very important in helping one manage the impact of these factors. My team and AHPI have been partnering together on multiple projects over the years. And when the topic of this book came up for discussion a year ago, we were quite keen to work on the project and bring it to completion. No project of this nature is without its challenges, and there have been many along the way, which the teams on both sides have worked together on solving. In publishing, whatever the challenges may be, seeing the book one has worked on being launched, especially in a distinguished forum such as this, makes all the difficulties worthwhile. This book, Lifestyle as Medicine, has been brought out under our imprint Juris Press, which is a division of our company, South Shore Innovations. We publish under a range of genres like health and medicine, self-help, spirituality, to name a few. And we are spread across the country in terms of a sales network and a channel. And we also have two platforms, Book Central, which is for the print books, and ebooksjunction.com, which is for ebooks. And the book is listed under both these platforms. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Alexander Thomas and his team for their continued support and faith in us over the years. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank my team for the effort which has gone into the book from their side. Given the topic and the fact that it's being brought out at the right time, I'm sure that this book, Lifestyle as Medicine, will do very well in the market. With these words, I would once again like to thank the distinguished members of this panel and Dr. Alex Thomas and his team at AHPI for the opportunity to work on this book, Lifestyle as Medicine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now invite the chief guest for the afternoon, Dr. Vinod K. Paul, member of the National Institution for Transforming India, Niti Aayog, to give us his address.
Good afternoon, namaskar, respected Dr. Alex Thomas and distinguished colleagues. I'm honored to be present in this auspicious launch of the book Lifestyle as Medicine. Truly honored to be here. The book takes up an issue at length, which is at the heart of our concerns with regard to health of our people of the day and health of our people going forward, health of children, health of adolescents. And there is no doubt, as the preceding speakers have highlighted, that prevention is truly the most important aspect of a good health caring society. Emphasis on prevention. And we understand that today's disorders are really preventable through a healthy lifestyle. Fortunately, that paradigm exists. It may not have been applicable to some of the other types of illnesses, but with regard to non-communicable diseases, a lot of them is really changeable in terms of its trajectory, and even more so is amenable to primary prevention through an appropriate lifestyle. So to have a book by the very best in the country and beyond, bringing it all together in one volume, I really believe this is a timely effort. I congratulate the eminent contributors, the editors, and all those who have really made it possible for this this collection of ideas, practical ideas in one space. Let me say that to have authentic information available to an individual is the first and a very important part of trying to change our behaviors and resetting our behaviors. And that's the job that this book hopefully will do. I would urge for a wide availability of this book and its adaptations going forward so that more and more people can access it. But we must also understand that the mere knowledge is not equal to a behavior change. We should keep in mind the nudges that are required for individuals to change toward a positive lifestyle, positive behaviors, healthy behaviors. That is an aspect where the public health dimension of such efforts comes up. And I would like to be guided on this as to how to make it. How can we show, let's say, demonstrate a change on scale in reducing, let's say, obesity among, let's say, again, adolescents at a population level? Can the lessons and the knowledge that has been put together here in the book be utilized for this purpose? How do we do that? So we have what would work to change. I would urge our collective thinking, very eminent people are on this panel and listening. How do we translate that into a change at the population level? Individual improvement can be influenced in a very big way with authentic information. And I think that's where this book serves the purpose. Authentic information, doable steps to be done, doable actions that can be taken, and progress measured, etc. But my challenge is also how do we impart that level of change at population level to really alter the prevalence of disorders, or at least the risk factors that lead to such disorders. That will be the discourse I would like us to also undertake. Is it about individual counseling? Is it about behavioral nudges on scale? Is it about some policies on food, etc.? Those lessons that emanate out of a paradigm for prevention and lifestyle change to be translated into policy is what I would also urge you to think through. Be happy to be part of that discussion. And I'm saying again, I must say with most humility, that I'm saying this upfront because very enlightened people are on the group, and I think that discourse should really be taken forward. I would like to also emphasize the fact that we need to catch our generation young. It's one thing to change lifestyle at the age of 30, 40, 50. But I think, as we know, and I'm a pediatrician, the habits are formed much earlier in the course of our lives. How can we use this knowledge to change habits when they matter? And I think in that regard, focus on adolescent period is really extremely important, because that is the final opportunity for broadly setting the trajectory of our lifestyle. Things become difficult to change thereafter in some ways, but if intrinsically certain habits can be embraced, can be imbibed at that point in time. For example, there are some of us who are happy to be early, we wake up early. Some of us don't, we work late. If there is one option better than the other or a mix thereof, those habits are really forming, I would say, in adolescent period. And of course, parenting is an important aspect. So I'm pushing the frontier by saying that we would like to see translating the messages contained in this wonderful, wonderful book, which will help individuals to shape their course, to be utilized, that content to be utilized and applied for really making a difference at population level. And that's where Niti, discourse with Niti and Niti's role could come in. So I'm being selfish here by saying, please help us chalk out the approaches to achieve the public health related goals of the intent that is reflected here so very beautifully. My deep regards to the team that has, of course, Dr. Thomas, you thought about it, your team thought about it, but the wonderful, most eminent authors who have contributed to this, I salute them, and I salute the entire team for bringing out, a book which puts together contemporary ideas with contemporary messaging on such an important area of health, namely prevention, namely making a change without having to resort to medicines, as we are hearing from our colleagues here. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to have this brief conversation with you. And best wishes, and above all, congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir, for your chief guest address and also for highlighting the importance of bringing about the publication of this particular book at this time in the history of our country for the welfare of the citizens. Before we call upon Dr. Herbert Giebel to give his vote of thanks, I have two important announcements to make. One is that this book, Lifestyle as Medicine, the Science of Healthy Living, is available in the open access for free. I would request Dr. Alex to display the book. And the other important announcement that is to be made in connection with this Lifestyle as Medicine, the National Health Conclave 2024 on Lifestyle Medicine, Empowering Communities and Transforming Lives, is being held on the 15th and 16th of October 2024 at the Christian Medical College, Vellore. I would request all those who are participating in this book release function and all those who are interested to kindly register. Thank you very much. I would now request Dr. Herbert Giebel to deliver his vote of thanks, please.
On behalf of our chief editor and my co-editors, I wish to express our profound appreciation and heartfelt thanks to those who helped to make today's program a success. We recognize our chief guest, Dr. Vinod K. Paul, member of the National Institute of Transforming India, IOB, and appreciate his message and presence. We are thankful for the addresses by our guest of honor, Dr. Devi Shetty, chairman and founder of Narayana Health, Dr. Pratima Murthy, director of the National Institute of Mental Health and Neuroscience, and Dr. Randeep Guleria, former director of All India Institute of Medical Science in Delhi. Also, we want to thank our esteemed guests, Dr. Girdhar Gyani, Director General of the Association of Healthcare Professionals India, Dr. Vikram Mathew, Director of the Christian Medical College in Vellore. But we appreciate their special address for this program. We are also thankful to all of you who have attended. To make the development of this book possible, we appreciate all those who generously volunteered their time and efforts. The Elephant Forward by Srimati Anju Babi George, two-time Olympian and India's first athlete to win the World Championship in athletics, is deeply appreciated for her profound and inspiring message. Special thanks are due to the esteemed members of the Editorial Advisory Board, Dr. Gloria Alexander, Dr. Sunil Kedarpal, and Mrs. Shana Parekh, for their invaluable feedback on every aspect of the manuscript. I extend my deepest gratitude to every one of the distinguished contributors, both the authors and reviewers, who dedicated their time and expertise to create this guide. I'm also grateful to the domain experts who review the chapters within their areas of expertise. The Association of Healthcare Providers India and the Department of Lifestyle Medicine at CMC Vellore work together to bring out this publication. I would like to express my gratitude to our chief editor, Dr. Alexander Thomas, who had the initial vision for this book. My gratitude also extends to my co-editors, Dr. Samuel Hansdak and Mrs. Divya Alexander, for their foundational roles in developing the manuscript and their invaluable contributions to its content. I would like to particularly acknowledge Mrs. Divya Alexander as a cornerstone of this project. The dedication and expertise of the editors have truly enriched every aspect of our collaborative effort. I am also thankful to Mr. Gerald James and Mr. Anthony George and the colleagues at the Association of Healthcare Professionals India in the Bangalore secretariat. They really helped with their dedicated efforts in managing this project. We acknowledge Mr. Gashringhar Nadasan, the CEO of South Shore Innovations Private Limited, and his team for their role and partnership in this project, and for making it possible to ensure the accessibility of this book to a wider audience on an open access platform. We are grateful to our Masters of Ceremonies, Dr. V.C. Shanmuganathan from the Association of Healthcare Professionals India, and Dr. Catherine and Dr. Adarsh, faculty in the Department of Medicine at the Christian Medical College, who have facilitated the smooth running of this meeting. Thank you very much to each of you for helping to make this book and the event a reality.
This we bring down the curtains. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.